And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Are you feeling the love today? Can you feel it all around you? Are you feeling secure? Are you feeling strong today? Maybe not. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Dale Carnegie, he got a really good quote here. This is very insightful. Check this out. He said, some people are so hungry for a feeling of importance that they will actually go insane to get it. Imagine what miracle you and I can achieve by giving people honest appreciation this side of insanity. I read that quote from Dale Carnegie the other day. I thought, how apropos is this, what's going on in society, in the world? You think it's crazy now. Well, you know, every generation talks about the craziness in their generation of what they went through. And the reality is that Dale Carnegie puts things into perspective. That's why I always loved Dale Carnegie, and why I've been part of Dale Carnegie for so long, is because it's common sense. Oh, we need more common sense in the world. We need more common sense in action in the world. Why? Because common sense is common sense. It makes sense. And if it makes sense to everybody, then it makes sense. Oh, wait, we got to make sense. Dollars and cents. All right. We can do that too. So let's talk about this feeling of appreciation, why it's so important, and why people really need to be appreciated. Because if not, people will go, as Dale Carnegie said, off the rails if they're not appreciated. And I've seen this manifest itself in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different relationships with people. You see it in children, you see it in teenagers, you see it in the workforce too. And you see it at all levels of people in their lives when they feel like they're an outcast, when they're not fitting in, when they're not working out. And what it is they're not getting that love and appreciation in their life, and it's not there. So therefore, they're not happy, and they're reacting as such. I remember one time I was downriver in Detroit, Michigan, and I was working with a manufacturing corporation, and they brought me in to work with all of their management leadership team in this big manufacturing facility because they had just done a bankruptcy reorg, and they were coming out of it, and they said, Phil, we really need to get everybody communicating and working on the same page. And as we're going through our sessions, and I would drive over there, and I would start the session every morning. We start at 5:30 a.m., and we would go 5:30 to 9. Every week we would come together as a team, and we'd really dig into how do we lead, how do we communicate, how do we effectively pull this company out of bankruptcy, what are the actions we have to take to actually make it profitable again. And as we're working through this, I had one gentleman in the room that was very despondent. He didn't want to be there. You could see he was visibly not happy to be there. He would cross his arms. He would grunt. And then as things started to progress, he would start to make rude comments to other people in the room when they were sharing thoughts and ideas about helping the company coming out of bankruptcy and what we could do. And this went on for a while. This was a very intimidating guy. He was a very big guy and intimidating to the group. And so one day I finally shared with him, I said, please, sir, come to the front of the room, share with us the wisdom you have. I've heard a few times you've had some comments, and I don't think I've been able to get them out in front of the team here, so we would love to hear. And he basically told me to take a long walk on a short pier and said he wasn't sharing anything. And so what I had to do then is ask him, well, what do you do here at the organization? Why would you be in this meeting? And he shared with me what he did. And he was the head of all manufacturing maintenance for this large manufacturing facility. So what I did is I started asking him questions about, what has had to be fixed? What has he had to do to go out on a limb over the years to keep things running properly? And he started sharing with me some things that he had to put up with, some things that he was pretty angry about. And I asked him how he got through them. And I empathized with this situation and listened to what he had to say and appreciated him for the value that he brought to the table to help the organization. And what I saw happen right in front of that group dynamic with that team is you saw him change. You saw him actually start to think about, maybe I should start listening. Maybe I should stop making rude comments to everybody here. And I asked him, I said, you've done some amazing things here, as evidenced by the stuff that you shared, this, and this, going over those things. We need you right now with your experience to help carry us out of this bankruptcy and help move this organization forward. The families are depending on you that work in this plant to be successful. Please, sir, can we leverage your experience to help us, to help everyone here? And he looked at me and said, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I said, great. Everything in here is positive. Everything's productive. we're going to win this thing together. We're all going to come out of this better off. We're coming out of this reorg, this bankruptcy, and we're going to be stronger than ever. You ready to make that happen for the whole team? He said, yeah, I'm in. You got it. I'm there. So if you really want to keep people on board, give them sincere, honest appreciation. And they will start to come around, and they will buy into the fact that they realize they can be part of the solution rather than part of the problem. And isn't that what you want? Now go make it happen.